What do you think the secret is, if there is any, about the tradition for comedy in Britain?
Education especially. I think a lot of the material in Python, a lot of the sketches, a lot of the characters, as Terry was saying, come from school, you know, from schoolmasters, other people you met at school, the strange formal arrangement of schools in England.
When you look back on your youth, you realise that, you know, the majority of people who you came into contact with were absolutely mad. I mean, I don't mean this with any disrespect to my old schoolmasters and things, but I think people do go slightly potty as they get older. I mean, it's nice to be able to channel it and make money out of it.
But why? I mean, there is something about it. There are many more areas for potty people to go into in England. I mean, in most other countries they'd be put away in a home fairly quickly, you know, and given treatment. But in England they become a headmaster of a school, or a bishop, or something like that, or they, you know, an officer in the army.
Now, director.
What's your favourite story? Do you have a favourite story?
Wait for it. Director. Cut!
What's your favourite story? Do you have a favourite story? Favourite joke?
I was reading a mystical Eastern writer, and he told, I thought, a very funny story, but I will tell it, but nobody will laugh. But then that's much more interesting than my telling you a joke that you will laugh. He went down to the marketplace, and there was a man selling a parrot for 1,000 dinar. And the parrot could talk, you see, and everyone was very excited, and maybe they would buy it. 1,000 dinar was a lot, so the wise man went back to his home, and he got a turkey. And he took it down to the marketplace, and he said, I want to sell this turkey. And they said, how much? And he said, 5,000 dinar. They said, 5,000 dinar? He's selling a parrot that can talk for 1,000 dinar. And the wise man said, yes. He said, but my turkey can think.
So you don't believe in changing the world by making comedies?
Well, just...
I hope so. I tell you, one of the best things that ever was said to me was somebody was teaching in a big comprehensive school in England, and it was a very rough school, and they said, you know, Python has... The humour of the pupils has changed in Python. They're prepared to be much sillier. The boys are can be less aggressive. They don't have to be very macho and aggressive, and they can be seen to be silly and do sort of camp jokes and things like that.
I think good humour has to cut a little bit. But I don't say that that's why you do it. We write jokes because they make us laugh and because maybe we think other people will laugh if we do. We never write to make them laugh. We write to make ourselves laugh, then we hope they will like it too. But that's the reason for doing it. But the nature of comedy is such that it has to be critical. That's not why we do it. Sometimes people say, you are satirists and you are trying to change the world. And the answer, I think, is no. I don't think you can change people's attitude with humor. I think you can make people who agree with you laugh, but you can't make people who disagree with you laugh. If you want to change people's minds, I think you must do it with information.
Do you think there is a thing as a taboo? Do you think there would be something that you should not touch, even in a comedy?
I see what you mean. I've noticed that the funniest shows in Fawlty Towers, which I know started in Denmark on Monday, the funniest shows have all been when we've got into the area of taboo. We had 3 shows. One about some Germans who come and stay in the hotel, and Basil tries to make them laugh by doing his impersonation of Hitler. It's deeply embarrassing and very, very funny. Then there's one when one of the guests dies, and Basil has to hide the body before any of the other guests discover that somebody's died in this hotel. And these are the 2 favourite episodes. The third one is when Manuel, you know, the Spanish waiter, he keeps what he thinks is a hamster. You know, one of those little... Yeah? But what he doesn't know is that it's a rat. And there's a health inspector comes to the hotel and the rat escapes. Now, you know how people feel about rats? I mean, really, they're taboo almost. They set off strong emotions. Those are the 3 funniest episodes. Anything else we can do for you? So when you say, where do you draw the line, I can't give you a clear intellectual distinction in words. I just use my intuition. You know, I feel this is acceptable, this is not. In the episode with the dead body, in the original plot, we had the man who died had a twin brother, so that after he died, the twin brother came to the desk. Basil saw the twin brother, thought that it was the man who died, you see what I mean, and got very angry with him because he thought the dying was a practical joke. But we couldn't use that because at some stage in the episode we had to tell the man that his brother was dead. Do you see what I mean? Now you can do that in a tragedy, but we couldn't do it in the context of a comedy, so we changed the whole plot and took the twin brother out because there was no way of doing that.
Do you think that offending people is a vital part of comedy, at least?
Offending people?
Yeah.
Yes, I think so.
What a stupid question.
Thank you.
This is the flight for London. We were told just to go to the airport and...
Will it take off in a minute?
Will it? Well, the lady hasn't been around with the drinks yet.